Hello, my fellow Keyblade builders, and welcome back to another video. I am the Kingdom Key, and today I actually have a very special guest with me. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, how's it going, everyone? My name is ImR1der. I'm on YouTube
He
as
is,
well.
so I'm going to leave a link down below in the description somewhere, as well as probably leave some kind of text annotation with his name on it. Alright, so today's video is a Kingdom Hearts 4 hopes and I guess world discussion video. Now, obviously, because of these short little, what was it, like 10 or like 2.5 second part in the
Yeah,
trailer.
it's like 10 seconds. Yeah, where it looks like Endor, and there's what looks to be the foot of an ATST, one of the smaller walker types from Star Wars. That's what it. I don't know what else it could be, but that's what it
Yeah,
looks like,
exactly.
right?
So this is the question that I'm posing, right? So obviously you've got the Star Wars legacy fans, meaning that they are like fans of like the original series with like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia and all that stuff, and Han Solo. Then you've got the new age fans who are into the whole Kylo Ren and Rey and Finn and all that stuff. So what I'm trying to get at is how would you and I go about a plausible plot depending on that one. So if it was you, would you prefer to go the route of using, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader for the plot, or would you prefer the newer
Mm,
movies as to now?
yeah. I think the new movies look good. Obviously, they're a lot more controversial. I don't know how much Disney or LucasArts cares about Nomura using them, but it definitely makes sense to use the old characters because anyone who likes Star Wars or even would say they love Star Wars will go, "Oh yeah, Luke Skywalker's cool," even if the movies are a little outdated. Um, and even Nomura, that man he's a little bit older, so that man was probably watching the original Star Wars when he was younger,
Oh
so
yeah, no, definitely.
I think Luke Skywalker. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is so iconic, and Rey's cool. Kylo Ren can be cool, but like they don't touch Luke Skywalker's clout. I guess. Yeah.
His clout. Um, yeah, no. So all right, so what we're gonna try and do here is piece together a story, sort of like plot as to how we would do it, and sort of feed it to you all, and then you can get into the discussion in the comments. Let us know what you think and how you would do it, or if you would go an entirely different route. So this being said, so how would you first have Sora, Donald, and Goofy appear? Because I would honestly have them appear and be immediately
Hmm.
in sort of like the hangar of the Death Star and just get caught by guards and then be
Right.
captured to Darth Vader. That's how I would start it, right? So that's just my little start plot point. But just to get your difference of opinion, how would you have it set up?
Right. That's not that's actually an interesting idea, and the only thing that my brain thought of is like the Death Star is kind of like the climax of Episode 6, but so is Endor. Endor takes place on the last like half of the film, but they have to drive past all of those Star Destroyers and specifically Darth Vader's ship before they land, and they had to stealthily use some clearance. So like you were saying that, and my brain went back to like classic Cage One, where you would just be driving the gummy ship, and then all of a sudden you come up on like Hook's ship or
Yeah,
something.
like where Monstro like
Um,
swallows you and it's like, oh crud, we're trapped in Monstro now, or oh crap, we've now been captured by
yeah,
Captain Hook and Riku.
right. And in the plot, they kind of sneak past or whatever, and I don't know, maybe it could be interesting if instead of sneaking past, like, Sora, Donald, and Goofy almost blow the cover of all the main characters, and then, they go and land and are just immediately, how there's always a mob fight at the beginning, immediately just assaulted by stormtroopers and just taking them out with a keyblade. I guess that could be
Yeah, that
cool.
that would be absolutely great. And again, like with what you said, I still can't help but feel like this is somehow all Donald's fault. Um,
Yeah, oh
but
yeah.
no. So with that being said as well, so how would you want it to go from there? So would you want them to sort of be apprehended by Darth Vader, and then, or would you want them to be
Yeah.
landing sort of like in the rebel base to like meet Luke, and then he's like, the typical, "Hi, I'm Sora. This is Donald. This is Goofy." And then like they explain like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening, like the world's in peril, and then like obviously there's like the power of darkness is lurking about, and then there's obviously like the Heartless as well.
Right,
How would you
right.
want it to go? Would you want it to go more in the direction of what I've said, and then Sora, Donald, and Goofy have to break out,
Yeah.
steal a ship, and then obviously because they're like relatable with like knowing how to fly the gummy ship, they would steal like a ship and then try and fly to a planet, and then it crashes, and then they land
Right.
somewhere near a rebel base. What would you want to do?
They definitely need to end up on that Death Star, right? Because in the beginning of the Endor section, Luke is on Endor with them, um, and I think it could be a cool idea for Sora, Donald, and Goofy to meet them there. And the whole point is they're on Endor to blow up this station, or at least turn it off. But I think in the movie they blew it up, and what that did was turn off the field around the Death Star, so that way they could go in for an attack run. Now, at some point, Luke split off from that crew, but I imagine for the sense of telling the story, that Sora, Donald, and Goofy will they'll just go all the way. They'll do that mission where they blow it up or whatever. But then like they'll go, oh man, Luke's in trouble,
Yeah,
and they'll leave and they'll split up and they will go to the Death Star. Because my goodness, if you don't explore the Death Star as well as part of Endor, man, like they really did it wrong. And obviously, it has to end up in the throne room where Luke confronts Vader, and then Darth Sidious as well. So like, we're not even possibly getting one but two fights between the two of them, and then give my boy a lightsaber keyblade before you do that
or as
fight,
I like to call it, a key
because
saber.
yeah, the key saber, exactly right.
Yeah,
Like you just got to.
yeah, man. Because it's like, I mean, could you imagine that the like Sora like appears, and then it's like they're like, oh, that's like a cool looking weapon. We stumbled upon something here in our world, and it's that kind of shape, but it's different. And like they just throw it to him, and like he's the
Right,
only one who can like get it open to like admit the beam, like because he is the Keyblade
right.
wielder. You know,
Yeah, and now that you say that, like, there was a point in the movie where they needed to open the door, but they couldn't, and R2D2 had to help them. And I'm not there to say R2D2 shouldn't, but yeah, Keyblade would work. I like in the games before, Kingdom Hearts 2 with the Underworld. Yeah, the Keyblade definitely opens stuff. So yeah, they could definitely
yeah,
work there.
like that
Absolutely.
would be great too, because it's like also because it's like this is the thing with Kingdom Hearts that I love so much. Is like so you go and watch any Disney movie or any Pixar movie or anything else that they could possibly take from the movie and then turn into a world, they always take it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
slightly alter the event. So it's like it's a familiar story to you, but with alterations.
Right.
So it's like, what if
Absolutely.
Darth Sidious and Darth Vader have an ulterior motive, and they're being also corrupted by I don't know, whoever, like, because obviously this is Kingdom Hearts 4 we're talking about. There's
Right.
going to be some
Absolutely.
new figures and, like, new people around who are also using the power of darkness. It can't just always be the Master of Masters, because he's sort of like the master
Yeah.
manipulator and is hidden away in the shadows and everything. So, maybe
Yeah.
they're
And
being.
what's the dark
Yeah,
side
exactly.
if it's not darkness,
Exactly. But maybe that also, because it's like, like, classic Disney moment with Kingdom Hearts is like, they take the Disney villains that we know, and they're also being embedded and imbued with more corruption of the
Yeah.
power of darkness. Because their heart is.
Yeah, like the more Kingdom Hearts in the plot of every Disney World, the better. Like that has always been a good
Yeah.
thing. I
So
agree.
maybe it's like Sora, Donald, and Goofy and Luke, after they have their clash
Yeah.
with Vader and everyone else, they find out that they're actually being manipulated with extra power of darkness, because like they're already the perfect subjects, because they both like thrive on like like anger and hatred
Right. We
and
need
yeah,
more of them.
exactly. So
Yeah, whether it's just the master or Lushu or some of the apprentices like the
yeah,
foretellers, man, we gotta put them into the
yeah,
plot too. So I'm here for it.
yeah.
All the Disney Kingdom Hearts
Because like
shenanigans, I'm
again,
here
like you
for it.
said, like again, this is a quick spoiler alert for anyone who has not like caught up with Missing Link. Sorry, not Missing Link. I've got Missing Link news on my brain. That's
Yeah.
gonna be another video. Who's
Right.
not caught.
All the mobile games.
So, with anyone who's not caught up on Dark Road or Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, this is a slight spoiler, but yeah, the Master of Masters, his whole plan from the beginning was to manipulate them to start that war for his prophecy to be fulfilled. So, it's
Yeah.
likely that
Yeah,
they're gonna
exactly.
blindly follow him again, and then he's
Yeah,
gonna
oh
get
yeah.
maybe one of the foretellers are doing his bidding, thinking that they're doing the right thing, and they're actually
Yeah.
manipulating other
And
people.
the whole point as well is that they're gonna have, actual darkness inside of them, like the original 13 dark beings inside of them as well. So it could be possibly be that they're roaming around with a bunch of darkness
Yeah.
in them, and Sora has to, chase after
Yeah, because
them
I think the
or
whole
whatever.
point of this arc is now that Sora is either going to defeat those darknesses or he is going to capture and trap them or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, man, I don't think he explained his intentions past past them taking
Yeah,
it out.
exactly. So there you go. Again,
Uh,
it's all up to the
literally,
discussion. This is why these videos are amazing. And
yeah,
again, I know a lot of people
yeah.
like to say with every franchise, there's endless possibilities, but with Kingdom Hearts, there really is.
All right, it's truly endless. The only thing Union Cross says, and I only know because I recently did a Masters discussion
Mm.
video, is he specifically he says they will be infected with darkness, and then they are to go off on their own and get rid of it and then come back. So I don't know if at the
Oh,
end of Kingdom Hearts 3 they've gotten rid of it already, or but it also seems like Sora could be the one to do
that
that.
sounds like
So maybe Sora chases them
that
down
sounds like
and
a
takes it
load of
out.
possibilities there, because it sounds like he could be saying like they go off and they have to get rid of it themselves. So sort of like some training,
Right, it could
or that they
exactly,
have to
exactly.
meet the one fated to help them get rid of that darkness because it's prophesied that they have to get rid of it to continue. Like
Exactly, and that's where we're left in the dark.
exactly. Pun.
Yeah.
Um, but no, so getting back to this, so again, with that being said, using the Keyblade to unlock things like how R2D2 would, but sort of
Yeah.
being like, hey guys, I got this, beam. But what if he
Yeah,
accidentally
yeah.
gets manipulated or like, he accidentally unlocks something, sort of like how Hades had him unlock that part in the underworld to start the Underdrome fight or whatever it was for his like seeing.
Right. Just Darth Sidious knowing about the Keyblade and him, trying to tell Vader, you got to get this guy on our side. You got to get him to do
Yeah, or
something.
like Sora is led to a path where he's got no choice but to unlock something, and then little as you know, it's just helped
Yeah.
their cause for like the second fight. Also, like another thing, this is like a feature that I loved in Kingdom Hearts 2. I was a little disappointed that it wasn't in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I would love it if they
Mm,
gave us like sort of like a first half, like so it's like you visit that world
yeah.
once, that's the first half, that's the first part of that world,
Oh,
and
and
then
you
you come
come
back
back again. Yeah,
the
I
events
definitely
after what
wanted that
happened
as
if
well.
Sora had unlocked something that potentially helped the cause of Darth Sidious and Darth Vader.
I agree. I agree extremely. Yeah, that is something that I wouldn't be disappointed if it wasn't in 4, but I think it really hit different in Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts 2.
I think that's a thing because I would love a
Yeah.
second or third visit to these worlds.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially because we're gonna have a few less worlds than Kingdom Hearts 3,
yeah,
you know.
that's true. Um,
So I would like that, yes, very much.
so also with this being said as well, guys, because it is a discussion, as you know, depending on the world, not always, but sometimes their form changes, like their outfits. So would you need to be
Yeah,
wearing
yeah. Mm.
Jedi or rain,
Ooh.
sorry, rebel attire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wasn't thinking about what Sora would look like, but that's a great point because I think pirates in Kingdom Hearts 3 and monsters in Kingdom Hearts 3, those two worlds like changed Sora up where his clothes were completely different and his look was kind of different
Yeah,
too. So yeah, now that we're putting Sora in a realistic setting with Star Wars, ooh, he could truly be dripped
yeah,
out.
exactly.
I feel like rebel attire would make sense, but it would be cool if at the end maybe you got like a robe or a hood or something, a cape, like just something more Jedi oriented by the end of the world for
Yeah,
revisits.
that'd be dope.
That could be
Yeah.
cool.
So, with that being said, what else would you want for like the plot? How would you want it if you were like, I guess, at the table with Nomura getting to write this? How would
Hmm.
you do this story and plot?
Yeah. As far as it goes, I mean, I'm all on board with Nomura. I almost don't want to tell him what to do because he always does it so well. But Disney World needs to be super integrated into the plot, or the plot of the main thing, the main
Yeah,
game. But really, at the end of the day, I just want a really, really good fight with Darth Vader. I want I think Kingdom Hearts 3 base game kind of lacked in this way, but Remind Data Fights, Yuzora, totally so good. Was the combat was fantastic in Remind and Yuzora. I just want the full game to have really good boss
Mm,
fights. I want Darth Vader to be just this unstoppable force. I mean, obviously not Yuzora hard, but I want him to be a harder fight that is manageable on like a beginner difficulty or just impossible on critical. You know, I want
It's
really good
see,
fights
going
like
back
that.
with what we've said about like a second world visit, maybe the first fight is like so difficult because Sora hasn't, gotten used to how to use certain like new abilities, and he's still figuring them out. And
Right,
then when he
right.
comes back for his second visit, he's like, you got more level ups, you got more abilities, and Sora's getting used to these new
Yeah.
powers. And then like he's like not like
Yeah, growth
yeah, like
abilities
he's
too.
not like
Jumping
yeah,
high and
exactly. Like he's not on par with Darth Vader, but he's enough to where Luke can come in and take the glory and finish it.
yeah, yeah.
So something like that. But going into Endor, how would you want that to be? How would you want that to be executed? So like, would you want it to be on ground, like so they're running around and having to
Hmm.
like fight off stormtroopers and like save like people and stuff like the destruction going on from the Empire, or would you want there to be sort of like a bit of
Yeah.
both, whereas like you're running through the forest of Endor and like fighting, and then like you have to jump in like a rebel fighter pilot to like blow up ships as well, or would you want it to be strictly on
Yeah.
ground?
I think a lot of it should take place on the ground, I guess traditionally. But another aspect we haven't talked about was, or there's two things I have on
Go
my
for it.
mind. There's when they first land, they're kind of discovered by the Empire, but they're also trying to like not give away their position. So they have this motorbike chase where it's almost like a motorcycle, but it's a space motorcycle. So like there could be a mini game much like the Frozen Slider, but you have essentially you're on a space motorcycle
Oh,
with
okay, so you're kind of
guns on it.
talking
You
like
could
the
take out some
beginning
Empire
of
people.
Kingdom Hearts Dreams of Distance when you go into the
Yeah,
the
it could be
grid
something
with
like that, like
Riku,
a
and then
drop-in.
Riku has to blast a hole in the
Yeah,
wall to escape.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like it could be something like that. And the other really cool thing about Endor is it's populated by these little teddy bear characters. My goodness, if you haven't seen an Ewok, you gotta look at an Ewok. They are just 2 or 3 feet tall. I think they were in real life. They were played by a lot of small
Yeah.
people, and my goodness, they're just adorable. So we gotta. I mean, maybe they don't need to team up with Sora, but there's a big battle at the end that takes
Yeah, can we
place.
can we
Yeah,
switch out
they should
Donald
be
for
there
for a little
for an Ewok. Yeah, for a little smoking Ewok.
Yep.
Yeah, like yeah, they need to be there and doing some shenanigans. Even if it's really scripted and it's just something to be funny, they got to do
Oh,
something. They're
oh
so
yeah, I want
cute.
them to like get a giant like slingshot and just like hit Darth Sidious in the head with it. Uh
Right. Oh man, an Ewok sneaks aboard the Death Star. That'd be funny too,
yeah, no,
actually.
that
That'd be a really funny side quest.
just like for the funnies. Um
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah. As long as they don't do the plot happens off screen like they do with some of the Kingdom Hearts 3
uh
worlds. As long as you don't go, oh, we got to go follow this guy, and then Luke defeats Vader on his own.
yeah,
You
no,
know.
because I feel like
Um.
if Sora doesn't get to fight Vader, at least like even like not like finish him off like he does most bosses on his own.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like you see like Sora, you beat the fight, and then like Luke steps in, and then it's like a cutscene that you get to see. Something cool like that.
Right, or we're doing reaction commands again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you
yeah,
could like basically end the fight, and then there's a scripted reaction command like Zemnis at the end of Cage 2 or
yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah.
where Luke finishes him
Yeah,
off,
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
or it's like when you got the reaction commands, it's like you have those moments where it's like, see, this is one of my favorite reaction commands. It's when like you accidentally like hit X, so it's like you hit the attack button to like swing the keyblade. If you hit it at the same time as
Oh
Shan
yeah.
Yu in Mulan, you will clash swords, and it's like you gotta like push back. So it's like maybe
Yeah,
it could be a
yeah.
moment where it's like a triggered moment where you have to try pushing back, and it's like no matter how much you keep pushing back, Luke then has to step in and take the
Mm.
win.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm all for it. Like I want Nomura's
Oh yeah,
creativity.
no.
I want reaction commands to be more than just press triangle to do the thing. That like exactly what you're talking about. In-game reaction commands are
Yeah,
so
no,
good.
yeah, they definitely
Yeah.
livened the game up a lot more. Or
Yeah,
the
yeah. And it's crazy to think people didn't like it.
what?
Yeah, people. Oh yeah, like I know HMK and a few other people were old enough to remember Kingdom Hearts 2 essentially got as much hate as Kingdom Hearts 3 did,
Oh yeah. To
which
be honest,
surprised me because I'm like, that's a good one. That's what people say is the good one, you
to
know.
be honest, now that I think
So
about it,
that
like,
was
yeah,
baffling to
like
me.
I'm 25, turning 26 soon. Like, yeah, I now remember. Like, I don't remember people saying that they hated the reaction commands. I just remember people being like,
Yeah,
"Blake, man, why do you like this garbage game? It's just it's the first one and
yeah.
one on the Game Gear." And I'm
Right,
like,
right. Yeah,
uh, uh,
yeah. There was people who hated Kingdom Hearts, but there was Kingdom Hearts fans who hated Kingdom Hearts 2, which baffled
yeah,
me. You
nah,
know, I was like, no way, I don't believe that, but
yeah,
it
no,
happened.
it's true. It's true. You know, it's like this is what makes me laugh though. It's within any fandom though. It's like they're like, oh man, I love this. Oh man, I hate this battle though. Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah,
So
oh
you know.
yeah, yeah.
So regarding everything that we've said, do you have any more notes that you would want to add, or anything else that you think would be interesting that people would want to hear about, or are you
Hmm.
good here?
Yeah, I have one last little thought. If not the motorbike
Hmm.
thing that I said, then definitely the ending of that movie entails a small mission to the core of the Death Star where they blow it up. So I mean, it could be cool to have a gummy ship type scenario or Sora on a I don't know key glider like I said that wrong key glider like from Birth by
Oh, I know
Sleep.
what you mean.
Just
Yeah.
going to the core of the Death Star and blowing it up with the
Yeah,
Millennium
I
Falcon.
mean
Like that could be cool
it
too.
is true, and I know that they could do it in Kingdom Hearts because when you're going to the world that never was, when you're doing the gummy ship battle, the whole like thing, I forget what it's actually called. I read the name in one of my Kingdom Hearts facts video. I think it's the one where I've used the
Hmm.
gazing eye on the thumbnail. Uh,
Is it Stealth Glider?
but
No, not
basically, it's
Stealth
like
Glider. I don't
there's
know.
something called Dreadnought or something like that, and it's using like the
Hmm.
reference of Star Wars 4 and 6, I think. And it's when you sneak
Yeah.
in, and then you see like you fight like a whole horde armada, sort of like of nobody ships, and then you go inside it, and then you blow it up. So it's like that
Yeah.
was an
Yeah.
actual homage to those fights from Star Wars. So if you guys didn't get to
Yeah.
see the fact video,
Exactly.
you gotta hear as well.
Yeah. Honestly, I always looked at that as a kid, and I was like, dude, this is Star Wars. So like for me, I in a way, Star Wars was always a part of Kingdom Hearts, and even as a kid, actually, this is something that was funny. As a kid, I used to walk around with my cousin, and we would pretend we were doing a Kingdom Hearts Star Wars world. So I didn't want it in Kingdom Hearts 3 because I kind of wanted to some extent I wanted that to wrap up nicely, but now that we're going to Kingdom Hearts 4 on, put it
Yeah,
in,
I mean,
put
like,
Star Wars in. I
I
want to
remember
see it.
when
I
doing
want to see it.
YouTube before, like, the more I used to get asked so many times, like, around the years, like,
Hmm.
2016 and stuff.
Marvel and
Yeah,
Star
and he was
Wars,
like,
yeah.
no, not for this one, as I'm wrapping up my final act of my first saga,
Yeah.
but possibly in the next few sagas. And I'm like, whoa, 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 Nomura, next few?
Next few,
Like, you
huh?
know, like, but
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah,
fact that
yeah.
Nomura is I know that Nomura is also a Star Wars fan,
A madman.
and I know he's also a bit of a
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
fan as well because he has actually done. If you go look at like Play Arts and Bring Arts figures, the ones that he made, he
Yeah.
has done a few
That's right.
things for
He
them. Yeah,
did. Yeah, yeah, he did cool art for him. Yeah. And he did the art for the Darth Vader one. I know, and probably maybe other
yeah. I
stuff
think
as
he did
well,
the
but
Darth Vader one,
yeah.
and I know for a fact he did a new Iron Spider one for the Bring Arts Kai and the Thor one.
Ooh.
I mean, they do look a bit
Oh,
more
that's cool. I didn't know about the
MCU-y,
Marvel.
but yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if this is fact or not, but there is a rumor flowing around that Nomura has apparently said, so guys, don't quote me on this, don't take it as fact. But apparently Nomura has said, and I'm doing the bunny ears here with my fingers, but you can't see it, that Nomura has
Yeah.
said
The bunny
that he
ears.
does like Thor. So I don't know if that's true or not, but there you go.
There
So,
we go.
so yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you guys for watching. Ryder, you have any last words before you want to wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, again, I had a good time. It was a very fun video. Again, if you want to come check out my channel, I'd appreciate it. I try to do Kingdom Hearts lore, talking about Union Cross, a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff as well. I speedrun
He
as
does
well.
speedrun,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, it was very good time. I really enjoyed getting around to doing this
Yeah,
video with you.
you too,
It's a
man.
good time.
It's good, and this video will be up whenever I figure out how to edit, because we've got a fun little situation,
Yeah.
but we'll work around it. We'll get it done. If not, I'll just kindly ask Ryder to edit, and then I'll also give him extra shout outs and promotion and stuff like that to compensate. Um, so
Yeah.
thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out ImR1der. He'll be down in the description below. And if he and I end up doing more videos and we become like really good buddies like the rest of my friends are,
A
yeah,
bigger
he
thing.
will. A bit. Whoa. We will end up he will end up in my description permanently with the links of my friends who are
Okay.
in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for watching, and ImR1der, thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, it was a very
Yeah.
good time. Glad we got
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
this.
And so to all of you out there, I hope that you all stay safe, have a great day, enjoy yourselves. I'm the Kingdom Key, and until the next video, have a good one, may your heart be your guiding key, and peace.